Hey everybody, it's Tim, Horror Movie Yearbook. Let's take a look at the new horror releases for the week of November 15th, 2024. First up on VOD, November 12th is Do Not Open. After arguing with her parents, a distraught teen opens an email promising acceptance, but what the message delivers infects the whole family. This is written and directed by Brian Baberick. The stars Johanna Smits, Kian Lawson-Khalil, and Fanny Rosen. Baberick was a cinematographer on the old My Strange Addiction show. There was an episode of that show where someone was addicted to eating couch cushions. A lot of eating addictions on that show. I believe there was a dirty diaper. Someone ate like dirty diapers. This is the old TLC show. They would smell and eat the dirty diapers, which I would say that was probably a strange addiction. It does not seem that this movie, Do Not Open, is about that. But if you want to check it out, you can do so. VOD, November 12th. Also on November 12th on Screambox is Devon. After their daughter vanishes from an asylum, parents engage 5 explorers to investigate the abandoned site years later via a cryptic website, unaware of the sinister one-way journey and the terrifying deadly experience awaiting them. This is written and directed by Jenny Farley. Yes, JWoww from Jersey Shore. That is accurate. I looked it up. This also stars Tara Rule, Lauren Carlin, and Stephen Etienne. So yeah, this is JWoww's debut as a director. She also has another movie in development called Nanny Cam. So good for her. I'm going to be honest, while I don't have Screambox, I'm kind of curious about this one. I'm curious if JWoww has the chops. I don't know. I believe this is our first Jersey Shore member to write and direct a film. I don't know. Maybe the situation is my curiosity out of morbid curiosity. Maybe so. But if I did have Screambox, I would check this out. It's on Screambox on November 12th. Also on November 12th on VOD is Piper. Liz and her daughter Amy move to Hamelin, where a dark secret in Liz's past is uncovered by the restless spirit of the Pied Piper, who seeks out those who have gotten away with a crime and punishes them by taking away their children. This is written and directed by Anthony Waller, also co-written by Duncan Kennedy. The stars Elizabeth Hurley, Mia Jenkins, and Jack Stewart. Anthony Waller, the writer and director, was a name I thought I recognized, and it turns out I did recognize. He is the director of American Werewolf in Paris, the 90s sequel to American Werewolf in London. I did just finish a Pied Piper horror novel called Pay the Piper that was a discovered old manuscript by George Romero. It was finished by Daniel Kraus. I talked about it a little on the podcast. I would recommend it, especially if you are a George Romero fan. It's a little more creep show than it is his zombie movies. But this is also a Pied Piper movie. That's why I'm talking about that novel. This is on VOD November 12th. And finally, finishing up a pretty light week of horror is Daft State, the mysterious psychological destruction of Easton, who is driven to the edge of sanity and possible self-harm by those that love him most, his wife and his daughter. This is written and directed by Chad Bischoff, starring Sam Harder, Christopher Backus, Sky P. Marshall, and Karamu Kush. This is the debut feature for Bischoff. He has been a producer. Produced a comedy called The Turkey Bowl, starring Ryan Hansen from Veronica Mars. I've seen the poster for that. Christopher Backus, the lead actor, is married to Mira Sorvino, and he has been in a bunch of stuff. Jet, Mindhunter, Blackbird, a lot of streaming shows. Sky P. Marshall, I recognize her. She's on the new Matlock with Kathy Bates, a show my wife and I enjoy quite a bit. Listen, it's a light week. Let's be honest. All of these movies are out this week. If you want to check them out, go for it. I don't know if I have any recommendations, so you're on your own. All right, that is it for this week. But if you haven't done so, please check out our favorite horror movies of the 2000s episode. Willie and I sat down this past week and counted down our top 10 horror movies of the 2000s. I was pretty happy with how weird my list ended up being. And honestly, Willie and I, a lot of the times our tastes align and we don't have different lists. I thought we had different lists this time, and it was really cool to see both of our lists where we where we differed and where we were the same. We had a couple of similar lists on it. So check that out. That is out wherever you get your podcasts now, including right here on YouTube. Also check out our friends over at the Midwest Game Nerds. They've been killing it as usual. Our Patreon, patreon.com/MidwestPodnet. Willie and I just recorded a Tiny Terror bonus episode as well, where we talk about what we've been watching. I recorded an honor roll where I talk a little bit about like Woman of the Hour, Azrael, and It's What's Inside. I go a little bit more in depth on those, but if you are someone who watches these videos and goes, hey, I wonder what that guy thought of these movies he keeps talking about and throwing on his watch list, I do that over on the honor roll. That's on our Patreon now. It'll also be up on our main feed this week. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will hopefully see you next week.